Trudeau draws protesters in Halifax as he apologizes for racial profiling incident on Parliament Hill. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau drew supporters and protesters on Thursday as he offered a personal apology to a group of youths who were racially profiled while visiting Parliament. Trudeau was speaking during a reception at the Black Cultural Centre for Nova Scotia in Cherry Brook, a suburb of Halifax with a large African Nova Scotian population. He was referring to an incident that took place on February 4 during an event called Black Voices on the Hill. Trayvon Clayton and several other young participants have said they were referred to as dark-skinned people, and asked to leave a parliamentary cafeteria by a security guard. In the days following the incident, Clayton called for a personal apology from the Prime Minister, and on Thursday, he got his wish. It occurred face-to-face and behind closed doors. "We all had our say," he told reporters of the 30-minute meeting with the Prime Minister. "We respect his apology." Clayton, who is in his second year at St. Mary's University, said he was very hurt by the incident. "We should be accepted for who we are, and what we do. We should not be turned down just because of our skin color," Clayton said. Trudeau told an audience of African Nova Scotians gathered at the Black Cultural Centre that the incident shows that racism, unconscious bias and systemic discrimination can emerge anywhere in Canada. A group of young people faced discrimination and marginalization, and they faced a stark reminder that even in that one place that should be theirs, that anti-Black racism exists, that unconscious bias exists, that systemic discrimination exists in this country today, still, he said during his remarks. "We still have a country where discrimination based on the color of a person's skin is all too common, and we have much work to do." As Trudeau spoke, protesters gathered outside the building to protest the apology, saying that it should have been made publicly. "We are not a photo op, racism has got to stop," the group chanted. Protesters said the private apology shows that Trudeau doesn't respect the Black community in Nova Scotia. The group was not allowed to get too close to the Prime Minister, as police had closed off the parking lot of the Black Cultural Centre for Nova Scotia, forcing protesters to gather across the street. "I think it's interesting the Prime Minister is ostensibly here to apologize for an incident of racial profiling, yet there's a security perimeter around the Black Cultural Centre," said L. Jones, a Halifax poet and community organizer. "I guess Black people are still a threat." In a Facebook post after the protest, Jones said protesters had tried to get a woman who fell during the demonstration inside the cultural center to get first aid but were denied entry by RCMP. The woman was driven to the hospital by a member of the community. The Parliamentary Protective Service previously offered an apology for the incident of racial profiling, and said the force was investigating.